Hermes bag. If you know, you know. If you don't know, Hermes bags could be dubbed as a quintessential example of high society, Great Gatsby-like status symbol. It's one of those things that very clearly say, I've got that kind of money and or status. And today we're gonna talk about the holy grail of them all. Hello and welcome to my little fashion corner, or welcome back if you're a regular visitor. I am Linda and I'm going to be your cruise director. I just wanted to take a moment and thank the 85 of you who have subscribed so far. And if you're not subscribed and would like to be the number 86, that would be great. I am so thankful to every single one of you. It continues to amaze me that you could be anywhere in the world and you are here with me, and I really appreciate that. Let's do this. Look, I wasn't there. I don't think. And I have no idea how much of this is an urban legend or just a really, really smart marketing ploy. The story/PR stunt follows. Dumas, CEO of Hermes at that time, met English-French actress and singer Jane Birkin on a plane. She tried to put her handbag away, a Kelly. However, trying to do so, she spilled the content of her bag all over the floor. Dumas tried to help and ask if there's anything he can do, and they started chatting about how difficult it is for Birkin to find appropriately shaped and sized handbag. Dumas suggested Birkin sketches out her vision, which she promptly did. And again, the story says on the back of her Kelly, and Dumas had his crafters back in an atelier to come up with a prototype of a bag that was based on the sketches and description. Hermes then did, in fact, produce a prototype of the bag, and it was based on one of Hermes' classics, haut de courroie, meaning top with a belt, ? A leather and canvas bag first created in the early 1900s to carry riding boots, but they did it all in leather and in more manageable size. The bags are handmade in France using company signature saddle stitch developed in the 1800s. Each bag is hand sewn by a single artisan and is then buffed, painted, polished, and it's take 18 or 20 hours to make one bag. And it's said that artisans train for 5 years before they are allowed to make their first Birkin handbag. Again, I hear. Kelly has slightly different shape and is meant to keep that shape with time and use. Has only one top handle and comes with a shoulder strap and has a closure over the top. Whereas Birkin is more of a tote, a holder, and it, in my opinion, looks much better when it's worn in and the leather gets all soft and squishy. It's quite interesting to hear that in Birkin herself, unlike the super wealthy and or collectors who hold dozens of these pricey handbags, Birkin, who is now 76 years young, has apparently only owned 6 of these handbags since that meeting with Dumas in 1984. She uses just one at a time, donating a well-used example complete with stickers and everything to charity for auction before replacing it. And that's where the bag got its name. Any details of a formal agreement between Hermes and Birkin have not come to light. Their relationship is sort of described as like an understanding, a friendship of sorts. And Birkin has said in the past that Hermes gives her £30,000 sterling a year, which she then donates to charity. Now, how to get a Birkin? Well, there used to be a waiting list, a wish list, which ran the wait up to 6 years. You fill out a questionnaire, you put in a wish, where you specify the style, size, leather, color, and type of metal finishes that you'd like. And then you just wait. You could have sped it up and rank up based on your purchases, which is what the fashion world calls an Hermes journey. Hermes journey. Well, this is, in short, currently the way to get your hands on an Hermes bag faster. Most commonly, customers are after a Birkin or Kelly, but this is how you get a Constance, Ruly, Evelyn, any bags. Hermes sells their handbags upon offer, meaning you are invited to put in that wish and then you get the call. You are invited to see a bag or some of the bags when you're shopping in an Hermes boutique, which sounds easy or straightforward, but it is not, since it is its own urban legend. You are also supposed to have a solid shopping history and being a true and loyal customer of Hermes. Hermes is also monitoring the resale market, and if you're only getting a Birkin to then continue to resell them to make profit, you will get blacklisted. Demand for both of these styles absolutely kills the supply, and stock varies from boutique to boutique. Stores have their own style offering with infrequent deliveries and very little notice as to which colors or finishes will be available to purchase. In layman's world, they are crafting them and then randomly distributing them across the world. Customers who want a brand new bag should pop into a store and seek advice from an Hermes sales expert, is what Hermes says you should do. You sort of build a relationship with that sales associate by frequently shopping with them, subsequently feed them information about what you would like, what is your preference, and then pray to whichever god, goddess, or gods you believe in, or not. The journey itself is the actual act of building a shopping history. Notoriously, people spend money on twillies, bracelets, or on sandals, seemingly making a lot of purchases in hopes to get the offer to follow the sales associate to the bag room one day. Is it real? Yes. Is it worth it? That's up to you to decide. Cheers. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, there's always pre-loved market, but going in that direction means you'll pay double or triple of the retail price, depending on the condition and rarity of said bag. Now we're getting to the holy grail, Hermes Himalayan, more commonly known as that one bag that majority of celebrities would say from a burning house. And I'm not making this up. It's one of those questions you hear during those closet tour videos that became hugely popular. Which handbag would you save if your house were on fire? Which, is a question by itself, but it's always the Himalayan. And by the way, I'd say my Gucci. Shocker, I know. And I would totally try to throw in the pink baguette to, cheat the system. The Himalayan Birkin is the world's most sought after handbag. There is no question about that. The actual number of those bags in existence is only estimated by what's currently on the resale market. And the price is anywhere from 100,000 to 400,000 pounds sterling plus for the diamond version, more or less. Why call it Himalayan? Looking at the handbag's pattern design, it's meant to be reminiscent of the Himalayan mountains. I don't know. I've never been. And I'm pretty sure the owners haven't either. I would love to go. Honestly, it's genuinely on my bucket list, but we're not here for that. When it comes to Himalayan owners, I do not exactly have a copy of the list. It's a tight community, extra exclusive club. From celebrity sightings, we know about J-Lo, Kardashians, and Jenners, of course. Victoria Beckham, who I've heard has more than 150 Birkins. Pretty sure Melania Trump is there as well. And then collectors and all people who are in the spotlight. Creating the Himalayan is a process. Early crocodile handbags were either dyed black or brown or lightened to highlight the skin's natural coloring, which as a technique and style died out as the process of coloring improved with expertise, making it possible to dye exotics a variety of color. In the early 1990s, Hermes began development on a new glossy ombre crocodile that would become known as Naturave Celadon, and this bag is the first in the Hermes Himalayan chain that continues to grow to this day. Examples of the Himalayan see the light of world in 2007 and first proper Hermes Himalayan were sold in 2008. These were a bit more brownish than the newest white and very grey Himalayans of modern days. Now, to create the matte white Himalaya coloration, the craftsman must first select a naturally light skin, which is probably a process of its own. Then is dry salted to preserve the material, soaked to clean the skin, limed for descaling, de-limed to prepare the hide for pickling. The sample is then chrome tanned to turn the organic material inorganic and ensuring durability. The skin is then shaved and degreased to thin it out, re-tanned to soften the hide and make it workable, and then finally dried, which is the time for the mysterious, highly secretive and proprietary dyeing process to begin. The new handbag would define Hermes collecting. Initially, the Himalayan Birkin, the 30, were kept secret and only sold to top customers and collectors. And then, in 2010, Jean-Paul Gaultier sent the newest version of it down the 2010 spring-summer runway. And it was a true, here, take my money moment in the fashion world, as the demand of this style is almost unbearable. The Himalaya doesn't only come as a Birkin. It's been produced as a Birkin in all three sizes of Kelly's, and then custom-ordered Constance's, Brochet's, Plume, and a few more that very likely have not been seen in the spotlight. And it wouldn't be fashionable without a little bit of controversy. Following up on what we now know about creating an Hermes Himalayan handbag, there was of course an uproar as rumors and photos surfaced about how Hermes sourced the leather. And it was uproary enough to have Jane Birkin telling them to sort their stuff out, otherwise she would withdraw her name from the Hermes collection. Hermes, of course, investigated and labeled it as an isolated incident and took preventive measures to make sure that that never happened again. And off we went. Which is pretty much everything I wanted to say about Hermes Himalayan. Now, oftentimes people comment on whether they would like to get a Birkin or not. I am not on an Hermes journey just because I am not a target customer of Hermes. I can't get a bracelet because I'm allergic to bare metals. I don't really love the orange sandals. Don't need twillies, and the clothing is just not for me. I don't look good in orange. They are now making their collections look a bit more modern, but I just scanned the spring summer 23 collection and it's not for me. So for me, I think my route to a Birkin when that happens is through a pre-loved market, which actually makes me excited because as I mentioned, I feel like the Birkin looks so much better when it's worn in. The leather is soft and squishy. You can show that it's been loved and it's been through something. I also do appreciate the sustainability effect and not supporting Hermes's ridiculous, let's just make peasants jump through hoops type of journey. And I'm definitely looking forward to having Birkin in my collection one day, but that's for future Linda to sort out. If I'm thinking about the colors, I would love the grey, of course, with palladium finishes, and I would actually like the biggest size, the 40. Yeah, because it's a tote, and you know, I love a tote, and it's just a big bag. What's not to love? Alright, you lot, good job staying with me until now. I really appreciate that. I hear majority of you is not yet subscribed, so if you'd like to give it a go, I'd love to see you next time. Until then, bye!